Hi there, you beautiful soul. We are live on this cooking show on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon, and I'm so happy to be here with you demonstrating how we, Jessica and myself, Rebecca, live on a daily basis. There has been so much talks about plant-based living, and there's so many people transitioning to this lifestyle. And since Jessica and I have been living this lifestyle for quite some time now, we wanted to bring you a demonstration on how you can incorporate plant-based living into your life, even if you're not trying to go 100% vegan, although myself and Jessica are. We want to show you how easy it can be and how nutritious and how enjoyable, honestly, this whole lifestyle is. So today, we are demonstrating how to make an Asian vegetable noodle dish. I love Asian dishes, and I infuse a lot of different flavors in my dishes. Like, I like to do Mexican fusion with Asian. I like to incorporate even like Indian spices and stuff like that. So there's so much that you can do with this plant-based living. And so right now I have my tofu searing. So we're gonna do like a crispy tofu, and what I did was I cut it up in like little squares, and I covered it with a little bit of coconut flour just to get it a little bit more crispy. So while this is cooking, I'm gonna have Jessica pull a beautiful energy card.
Okay, do a little shuffle.
We're gonna do a little shuffle, and we're gonna bring you some positive energy here.
Positive affirmations, you know, you can never have enough of those. So we're gonna I'll have Rebecca just pick a card.
I'm gonna blindly pull this.
Tune into your energy here.
Okay, here it goes. So this one says, I let go of the past with ease.
Ooh,
how great is this?
So
I trust the process of life. I affirm that I am now willing to release the need for any negative situations and conditions. And this is what we need to do every single day, because every single day is a new opportunity to create something new. And so it's important to let go of all the past inhibitions, all the things that maybe we didn't feel like we did right, or maybe we want to do something better, but every single day is an opportunity to do that. So it's important to let go of the past. Leave it in the past. It's history. Today is a new day and a new opportunity to create something new.
I think and for me personally, I know from being like maybe hurt in the past, or like holding on to grudges, like bringing that, like just letting it go, and every new experience is a new opportunity to be hopeful and to expect the best out of every outcome. So, you know.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know, this is one of the things that plant-based living has really taught me personally, is that it's not necessarily about living in a specific diet, right? Food, just like everything, is energy. Right, Jessica? Mm-hmm. And so everything that you're putting into your mouth, everything that you're putting into your body, you want to make sure that it has a positive energy. I mean, even like buying specific brands, right? Like there's a lot of companies out there that are all about just making money. Mm-hmm. But there are a lot of brands out there that not only is it about making money, because obviously money is an energy source, it's a resource that we need, but it's also about, what are we circulating here? What are we circulating? Are we circulating positive energy that is going to uplift not only the vibration of our own energy, right, but also the vibration of the planet? And
depending on what you're buying, it's like you're voting with your money. You're supporting things that you believe in. And so I know, especially one of the reasons I'm vegan is that what I want to buy, I want to see more of. Like, I want to see more organic food. I want to see more fresh food. I want to not support the dairy industry and the meat industry because of the terrible things it does for the environment and the animals. And so when what you're buying really says a lot about what you believe in.
Exactly. And this isn't just with food, guys. Right. This is like, I mean, even working in the fashion industry for so many years, there were so many things that I learned being, you know, on the back end, right? Because oftentimes as consumers, you don't see what goes on behind closed doors, or even like the process that it takes to get a product to a store, right? And so with the meat and dairy industry, there is a lot of toxicity that the meat and dairy industry put into our planet.
I don't know if this is ready yet. The noodles, I tried them. They're a little bit
hard.
Yeah. Do you recommend we do like
maybe leaving it for like 2 more minutes? Yeah. So right now we're actually boiling some gluten-free noodles. I really like this brand. It's called Pasta Joy Ready. It's by Tinkyada. It's an Asian brand. And what I like about these noodles is that it's just 2 ingredients. It's brown rice and water. So when I'm buying brands that are ready-made, I like to buy brands that don't have a lot of ingredients that I don't even know what it is, right? Like I want to know every single ingredient that's going into my body. And so I like this brand specifically because it's only 2 ingredients. We know brown rice and we know water. And it's a good source of protein. There's a lot of people that think that plant-based living, you don't, or even like being vegan, right? People ask, where do you get your protein from? That's the #1 question that we get. Where do you get your protein from? So tofu is actually a really good source of protein. It contains all 9 essential amino acids. But not only that, it also has minerals like manganese, it has phosphorus, it has magnesium, copper, zinc, vitamin B1. So this is a perfect source of protein for you. And not only that, but it's easier for our body to digest.
It's super cheap. It's super cheap. You can get like a big thing, like a block of tofu for like $1.50 at Sprouts or wherever. And it's already packaged in water. So can you talk about a little bit like how did you take it out of the water and then drain it a little bit?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So people know how to do
exactly.
that.
So what I did was, so like Jessica mentioned, it does come in like a tub where there's like water in there. So what you do is you just drain the water and you dry it. So you can let it dry. You can pat it down with like a paper towel, which is what I did. And then I blocked, so I cubed it. So I cut it in little cubes. And then there's so many ways that you can make it too. Like I do a egg scramble. Tofu scramble.
Eggs, you could scramble it like eggs because tofu can come in different consistencies too. So that it could be firmer or it could be softer. So like the softer, you could use it even for sauces, like blended in sauces.
I'm gonna check it to see. I think it's ready now. The noodles I do for about 10 to 11 minutes, and what I like to do is I actually like to pre-boil the water, and I'll add a little bit, like a tablespoon of avocado oil, or you can do like I recommend using avocado oil for anything that you're gonna heat over 500 degrees, right? Or like anything up to 500 degrees is what the avocado oil is really good for. And so it doesn't lose its nutrients. It's actually one of the highest nutrients oils. And you wanna make sure that you're getting good oils into your body, good fats into your body, right? And so I did end up pan searing or frying the tofu. I didn't put a lot of oil, just maybe a tablespoon, just enough to kind of get it like crispy. And I love to do the extra firm tofu. So right now I'm using an extra firm tofu. I put a little bit of coconut flour. So this is gonna be a completely gluten-free, 100% vegan recipe.
Can we talk about what tofu is? It's soybeans.
Soybeans, yes.
A lot of people don't know.
Oh yeah. So, honestly, it doesn't really have much of a flavor, which is a good thing because you can infuse it with so many flavors and it's gonna capture the flavors of anything that you put into it. So I love to put it into like my curry sauces.
You can like marinate it. You probably marinate it overnight. I've never tried that.
Exactly.
But
it really is like very porous, so it takes in the flavors of anything that you season it with. So like Jessica said, you can do it overnight. So it takes it sucks in the flavor even more than like meats do. So yeah, they're good for everything right now. I'm doing an Asian noodle dish, but you can do this in pretty much anything. I like to substitute it for eggs because now I don't eat eggs. That was one of the last things that I gave up. What was yours?
Mine is cheese because I love cheese. But there are so many alternatives to cheese now. It's crazy. Like Jaya cheese is super good. Follow Your Heart.
Follow Your Heart is my favorite.
Yeah, that one's really good. They have like frozen pizzas. I mean, if you want to I know we're talking more about health food and eating whole foods, but we both like to eat other things too that remind us of the products we're giving up, right?
Exactly. So, yeah. Well, it's not necessarily about sacrificing anything, right? Understanding the importance of why you're giving it up. And oftentimes it's like, it's a no-brainer once you understand the importance of not eating it as much. And even if you're not converting 100% vegan, you know, reducing the amount of meat and dairy products, you're actually really helping the emissions. You're helping, I mean, the environment as a whole.
Like if you're thinking about just your health, I would really recommend watching What the Health on Netflix.
Yes.
I just started rewatching it. And the first thing they say and they talk about is how red meat and processed meat is a carcinogen. So if you want to reduce your chances of getting cancer, that's like the first thing you want to cut out. And also just red meat is on the list too, so it's equivalent to like smoking. And yeah, so if you want to get healthier, that's definitely one of the things you want to do. So the same thing with dairy. Dairy has a lot of hormones in it because it's a fluid that's supposed to help baby cows get bigger, right? So
to
you want to avoid this.
And honestly, guys, I mean, to keep it 100% real, and there's no judgment here. Literally, we're teaching, we're educating on the reality of things. Is that we're the only species, like as a whole, that drinks milk from another species, and it really is more about making money than it is about like nutrition.
Right.
It really is. So when you understand that, you're like, shoot, that really makes sense. Like, why would I want to be drinking milk from another species? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, a lot of people think that they need to drink milk to get calcium, but there are other ways to get calcium, and a lot of it is from green leafy vegetables. So that's just a misnomer that has been, you know, driven into our brains through advertising from the dairy industry. So something else to think about.
Yes, exactly. And you know what? Like, there's a lot of great, like high nutrient dense proteins that come from plants, right? So like some examples would be some lima beans, bean sprouts, which we're going to use today, green beans, or green peas, which I actually really love pea milk. That's one of my favorite sources for calcium is pea milk. Pea protein milk. And you want to talk about also how we also get our protein?
So we supplement with isogenics. They have whey protein, and we do the plant-based protein, which is pea protein and rice protein. So it's just as effective as milk protein. So it's got 25 grams of protein. It's got digestive enzymes, so it's easy to digest. Actually, I just had a friend that messaged me today and said that she has heard that pea protein has an upset stomach, which I hadn't really heard about before, but it has digestive enzymes in there, so that really shouldn't be a problem for people. So it's loaded with vitamins and minerals, and for me, it's just that safety net that I know I'm getting everything I need. And it's super convenient too. If you're busy, like everyone is.
Yeah. Here's the thing. The biggest thing about plant-based is that it takes some preparation, especially if you're wanting to eat a lot more whole foods. And so like right now, and I'll share with you the vegetables that are going to go into when I saute, and I'm actually going to have you start making the sauce.
Sure.
So while I'm frying the tofu here and getting a little bit firmer, I'm gonna have Jessica make the sauce that's gonna go into, because I'm making more like it's kind of like a pad thai, I guess, but it's gonna be more with like a spaghetti noodle. So you can use any type of noodles. You can use ramen, you can use a spaghetti noodle, you can use like like a rice noodle, an Asian rice noodle. You can do like a fettuccine noodle. I mean, I've done it many different ways. But what I like about this specific brand is, again, it's limiting the amount of ingredients that you're using in a specific product, right? So again, this noodle here by Tinkyada is just brown rice and water. And it's 210 calories for this entire packet, or for an eighth of a package. But it also has 4 grams of protein, so you're getting your proteins from here as well. And you're getting your protein from the tofu, you're gonna get your protein from the edamame that we're using, we're gonna get protein from the bean sprouts.
And the mushrooms.
And in the mushrooms. So you are getting so much.
I'm gonna switch so I can go be
yes, absolutely. So with the sauce, there's going to be a few different sauces. This is kind of, there's a lot of ingredients, but literally once you prepare the vegetables, because what I like to do, especially if I'm meal prepping, I like to cut all of my veggies at the beginning of the week so that I already have them prepared. Do you do that? How do you prepare your veggies?
I should do that. That's awesome, because, and especially like with fruit too, I will not use the fruit if it's not like all of it, and it's not easily accessible. Like you're more likely to eat something in your fridge if it's just easy.
Exactly. So this is what I like to do. Like, so in the beginning of the week, I like to chop up all of my veggies. I don't do it as much anymore because literally, like, I'm using a lot of isogenics throughout the week because it's just so easy. It takes the guesswork out of, like, you know, getting good nutrition into your body. But literally just like chopping up your veggies at the beginning of the week, putting them in containers, having them already done, you know what I mean? It's gonna take out so much of the work. So with the sauce, we're gonna do liquid aminos instead of the soy sauce because it's gonna have less salt, right? So we're gonna do 2 tablespoons of the liquid aminos, and then we're also gonna use coconut aminos. And so after the live, I'll actually put the ingredients that I use so that you can have that available to you. But yeah, so we're gonna do 2 tablespoons of the liquid aminos. Okay, so it's an alternative for soy sauce. I love to use the liquid aminos, and we'll show it to you again when she's done with it.
I've actually been meaning to try it and use it.
Honestly, it tastes just as good as soy sauce. And then so you'll do 1 of the coconut aminos. So again, all of these ingredients that we're using are gluten-free, not soy-free, but gluten-free and 100% vegan. So no dairy, no meat, okay? Nothing animal. No animals were killed in this process, okay? Because we believe that every single living and breathing soul, right?
Yeah.
Matters.
Yes.
We all matter, including the animals. And you know what?
They can't speak for themselves.
Exactly. And you know what? To be honest with you, this industry is so cruel. I mean, the way that they treat these animals, by the time you get your meat into the store, it's already toxic, to be honest with you.
Watch Cowspiracy on Netflix.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, Cowspiracy is a good one.
Life.
Yeah, Cowspiracy is a good one. Earthlings by Joaquin Phoenix. So Joaquin Phoenix, if you don't know who he is, he's an amazing actor, but he's also a vegan activist. And one of the movies or the documentaries that he did, and you have to watch it. If you have a weak stomach, maybe not, but if you really want to learn,
it's graphic because it really shows what's
really happening
hidden behind those doors of the mass production of animals, which is the mass killing of animals. So
exactly,
it will really open your eyes.
It will open your eyes.
You have nightmares, but it's important to see, I think.
It really is. Yeah. I mean, honestly, like, it's important to know. It's important to know what you're putting into your body. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much lack of education when it comes to nutrition because people think that, oh, I'm healthy, I feel good, I work out, and I don't have to, I can eat whatever I want. No, you can't. It really is majority of nutrition. In fact, now I don't really do as much movement. I just do yoga, and I'm really, really conscious about what I put into my body. And I feel like I'm healthier now. I have more energy. You know what I mean? Like, my body heals faster. The recovery.
And all those animal-based products and products cause inflammation in your body, like, instantly, and you'll learn about that if you watch this documentary.
Yes. So
you want to combat the inflammation in your body.
So we're gonna do a tablespoon of the green chili or the red chili paste. So I do a chili garlic paste. Yeah, a tablespoon's fine. Or maybe a little bit less. Okay. Yeah, because we don't want it that spicy. Yeah, that's good. And then we're gonna do. Yeah, I remember. But we're gonna have all the.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do sesame oil to fry or saute my vegetables. Okay. So then you're gonna do 3 tablespoons of the sesame oil. Okay.
Well, it's so nice. Everything's in tablespoons.
Exactly. It's great.
That makes it easier.
Yes.
You said 3.
Yeah. Okay. 3. And then you're gonna do a tablespoon of the rice vinegar.
Okay.
So far we've done 2 tablespoons of the liquid aminos.
Look at that, she got that organic stuff too.
We did a tablespoon of the coconut aminos. We did 3 tablespoons of the sesame oil. We're doing a tablespoon of a light rice vinegar. And then that's it. And then we're gonna do a tablespoon of the coconut sugar. So we're doing a brown golden coconut sugar, and it's all like organic.
I'll rinse this. I just don't want to get all that.
Yeah, that's okay. You can rinse it. Yeah, just make sure that you dry it. So right now, I'm gonna saute some. So I cut up 1 red bell pepper, 1 small white onion, you can do to a handful of portabella mushrooms. So honestly, you can pretty much do any vegetable that you like. I love to do mushrooms, I love to do onions, I love bok choy. I'm not gonna do bok choy today, but I love using bok choy. And you can use broccoli, you can use cabbage. I mean, the sky's the limit, really, like with the amount of vegetables that you can use. I'm gonna use, so I cut these carrots into matchsticks. So I did two organic carrots. I peeled them and then I cut them into matchsticks. You can cut them already made. I mean, like, honestly, the easier that you can make this process, like if you want to just buy your veggies already cut, that works too. Whatever works for you. I like to cut my own veggies just because I say that energy is transferred through everything that you do. And food is so important. It's so sacred, right? Like, this is literally going into your living vessel. You don't want to just put anything into your body. You want to make sure that you're putting good energy into your body. So when I prepare my food, I prepare it with so much love. I love cooking and I love like chopping and I love to know what's going into my food. And so I like to chop my own vegetables, but it doesn't necessarily, you don't have to do it that way. Yeah, it could be fun. It could be fun.
Cooking could be fun, you know.
It's great.
It does take time, so
not everybody has the time. You're right. So if you want to have fresh veggies, you can cut them yourself. But if you don't have the time to, they already come pre-cut, and you can just do all of these veggies, saute them, and sauteing veggies and doing them like over a brown rice. How do you do your veggies usually?
I like quinoa a lot.
Okay.
I'll mix quinoa, and I've done like a sort of like a fried rice with quinoa.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then you can add veggies and then tofu.
It's just really so you can even do a fried rice with these same ingredients. You can just maybe cut them a little bit smaller, and you can do any pasta. You can do rice. You can do noodles.
Do like chives and.
Yeah, so we're gonna do that once I put the noodles in.
Right.
So we're gonna add edamame. We're gonna add the bean sprouts. We're gonna add cilantro, and we're gonna add chives. And all of that is going to be like mixed in and give it some really good flavor. I'm a big fan of sesame oil. Do you use it?
Oh, I love it.
You do?
It smells so good.
It does.
I started putting it like Sprouts has veggie sushi that they sell. They make it pre-made.
Yeah.
And now I put a drop of sesame oil on like all of them. Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's like next level.
Oh.
Like I thought it was amazing thing anyway. Everyone try that.
That sounds so good.
Really good.
Wait, Jessica, so how long have you been vegan? I think we talked about this before, but I want to remind you.
So it'll be 4 years in November, so 3.5 years.
Me
but
too.
I was vegetarian before that, and that's just because when I was handling raw meat, I got kind of grossed out, thinking too much about it and like touching it, and it was just so. And then after watching all those documentaries, you guys gotta watch those documentaries. That will totally open your eyes to all the things you don't learn in school.
Exactly.
They don't teach you those things.
So
talk about those things.
So which one? So Cowspiracy.
Cowspiracy. What the hell?
What the hell?
If you're concerned about your health at all.
Earthlings. Earthlings is the one that's gonna be like, I don't want to do that anymore.
So there's so much stuff out there now.
Yeah, and you know what's great too is that a lot of people are now starting to educate themselves more on the importance of plant-based living. So people are now transitioning. In fact, during the pandemic, the sale of meat went down because where did the coronavirus come from? It came from an actual like meat factory, and so you can't get like diseases like that.
Oh, and when that happens, because you hear about, lettuce has been taken off the market because of this type of bacteria. Well, that's because what are they using, fertilizers, and it's not organic and things like that. So, I mean, that can happen, but it's because it's of the way that plants are grown in this country.
Yes, and so talk about why we like to do this, and like, because here's the thing, and I'll let you go into this because, but the organic vegetables that she talked, fruits and vegetables. So herbicides and pesticides. We want to be very conscious about where our foods are coming from, right? So majority of these companies or these like agriculture, like people that own agriculture fields,
Yeah.
They use herbicides, pesticides to spray our food, right? So that's one of the reasons why it's so important to do organic, because you know that, oftentimes, or even growing your own food,
That'd be ideal.
That's the
That's
ideal
our
way.
goal right there.
Yeah,
That's my goal in life.
exactly. But
Have a
talk
giant
about
garden.
how clean isogenics is.
Oh, yeah, we don't use any preservatives. Everything's highly tested. We have organic products, like our greens is organic.
They can't see them. Pull it up.
Oh, greens is organic. Are the fruits? There's also a fruit powder.
It's in there right there.
Okay, it's right here. But for each serving, I believe it's 3 servings of vegetables for each.
They're over 30 phytonutrients.
Yeah.
So 30 different fruits and vegetables.
It's tough to get as much vegetables that we're supposed to be consuming every day, like they recommend. So that's a great option for people, and it tastes good by itself. And then sometimes I mix it in my shake. What do you do with greens?
So the greens, I actually do a lot of different ways. So this morning, for instance, my favorite superfood is the strawberry flavor. So what I like to do, and I keep it very simple, is I actually put one of those packets into water, so like 8 ounces of water, and then I'll do a scoop of the greens so that I'm getting extra phytonutrients from my greens. And then I also put this in water too, and I mix it with ionics. Talk about ionics.
It's sweet. Ionics is amazing. It's adaptogenic herbs, so it's very like Ayurvedic based.
Mm-hmm.
So it's got ashwagandha, so it's to help rebalance your system and help your body fight stress. So that's one of the things the environment that we're living in is very toxic all the time with pollution. And the things that we're consuming aren't always organic, so it's kind of helping our bodies fight that. And then it also has it has energizing B vitamins. A lot of the energy products in isogenics has those things, which are really, really good for you. So what else do you have to say about?
The reason why we incorporate this is because again, it's really difficult to get all the vitamins, nutrients, like minerals, amino acids, all of that. Sometimes in the conventional food that we're eating. Yeah. So I've been incorporating isogenics into my life for 5 years. I've been vegan for 3, vegetarian for 2. So essentially, I've been living.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
vegetarian for 2.
So I was vegetarian for 2.
Prior to that.
Prior. So I was vegetarian for 2. So the difference between vegetarian and vegan is that with vegetarian you still eat dairy products. So was still consuming. I was still consuming dairy and eggs. So it took me about 2 years to transition because you know what? I'm Mexican. And part of my culture is like a lot of meat dishes, right? Like everything that my mom oftentimes like made, it was with meat. Yeah. So it was a harder transition for me. I never imagined that I would be able to go 100%
what about your
vegan.
Family, your parents are...
Yeah, so my parents actually went vegan too since I've been here. But here's the thing is that it's about education, right? Because oftentimes people don't think that they have as many options. And I've been able to convert all of my mother's dishes to vegan. It's so good. So right now, real quick, I sauteed the veggies and I put in the noodles. Now I'm gonna do my sauce that Jessica made.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I should have tried it, but I forgot.
It's okay. So you put it over your stir fry or whatever, and then if you need more, because oftentimes what I do, I'm an intuitive chef. I don't really use measurements. I never have, and that's kind of how my mom taught me. So sometimes, like if I need ideas, I will take a recipe and I will alter it. And so, like you can add more soy sauce if you need it.
The noodles really kind of absorb.
They absorb it. Yeah, exactly. So, oh my gosh, like already this is looking delicious.
Real good.
Yeah. So, going back to when I transitioned, so I ended up transitioning for health reasons. I started educating myself a lot actually, and you know when you know something, it's almost hard. It's like so hard to unlearn it.
You're like, why do I know that?
I know, like dang it.
I can't go back. Yeah.
I can't go back, right? So when you learn something new, it's like it's really hard to unlearn. And you know what? Like it was really hard for me to unlearn all the things that I learned that were wrong, right? So making changes into my diet was a progression, and it's like I always tell people. So I coach people to do plant-based. I also do mindset coaching, and Jessica and I both we are promoters of isogenics. So if you are a person that's interested in doing something different, and you want to incorporate more like plant-based and you don't know how, isogenics is honestly like the easiest way to be able to do that.
Doesn't
this look amazing?
Yeah, it looks really good.
So yeah, so I transitioned after 2 years of being vegetarian, and I actually played with like the pescatarian lifestyle, so I was incorporating some fish. But then I started to notice how my body felt when I ate meat or when I ate dairy opposed to not eating it at all. So after I watched a few more documentaries and like I learned more, I ended up just saying, you know what? My health is so much more important and I want to be able to live so much longer. So I'm just going to do it. I'm going to transition. And so I was able to just kind of play with it, right? Like really play with different recipes, just finding alternatives. So I'm going to put a little bit more liquid aminos.
Yeah, I just wanted to say briefly, a lot of people are lactose intolerant.
Yes.
And a lot of people are in denial that they are because they don't want to give up their things, that they love, ice cream, whatever, anything that has dairy in it, which I understand completely, but now there are so many alternatives to dairy. The reason, what do you need?
Everything. So
everything.
Okay,
let me just be the train. So the reason, a lot of people are lactose intolerant is because our bodies just aren't meant to consume dairy. And the people that can consume it is just over time, genetically, we've been altered to be able to tolerate that. So it's just something to think about. Like if your stomach is really upset after dairy, like there are so many things you can do. And take it as a sign.
Take it as a sign. Listen to your body. I'm telling you, the best way to really make these changes is to be mindful of what's going on inside your body. And I love to do a lot of mindfulness practices like deep breathing. Like right before we started this live, both of us were a little bit nervous.
We'll just show our little energy shots. So that Isogenics has it similar to 5-hour energy. We totally took a shot of this because I was like, I need to get pumped up.
Yeah, we need to get pumped up. Yeah, exactly.
Just like get the nerves out because I was telling Rebecca, I wasn't nervous like the first time. I was just vibing off of her and then just overthinking things anyway. We're doing this and I'm so glad you're doing it.
Oh my God, this looks so amazing, guys. Like you need to really make this recipe. It's super easy. I mean, it seems like a lot, but like once you have everything chopped up and prepared, like it's a less than a 30-minute meal.
Yeah, and all these things that we put in the sauce are totally worth buying and reusing, and it's so
I mean, like once you have all this ingredients, so again, liquid aminos, coconut aminos, these are good alternatives.
Post the recipe.
Yeah, I am. These are good alternatives for soy sauce, right? So sesame oil you can cook with, you can make sauces with. I love making Asian dishes. I'm gonna put a little bit more sesame oil. Oh my gosh, this looks so good.
Sesame oil is so good.
Oh my God.
It's just like that nutty flavor.
It is very, So again, you can
like sesame seeds on top even?
You can, sesame seeds. You can put peanuts, like crushed peanuts.
Or even like peanut butter is so good in Asian dishes.
Oh yeah, so I actually make my pad thai with peanut butter. But this is gonna have more, like a sesame flavor and all of the
really
fresh vegetables. Oh my God, this looks so good. I'm gonna have you try it once I mix everything in here.
Should I just use this little bowl then?
What
do you want? What do you use?
You can grab that white one, and then you can show the audience.
I'll try not to drop it
this looks like.
Last video I flung the food at the camera.
So here it is, guys.
Where's their fork that I made?
Yeah, it's like right next to the stove. The first,
Got it.
So I'm gonna show you how amazing this looks. Yeah, we're good on time.
We're good.
Yep.
We're
Give you a little bit more veggies.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. Yes, I'm so excited.
Do you want some sriracha?
Try
it. Try it like that.
Sriracha. I can have a little bit. Just very little bit.
So again, oh my gosh. What do you think?
Oh my God.
So good, right?
Yeah, so, I really coats the noodles.
The veggies that I used. So we used carrots. We used edamame. We used mushroom. We used onion, red bell pepper. We used some chives. I used cilantro. So everything in here is fresh and it is so bomb. Oh my gosh. I made some yesterday. I made a test batch yesterday for my parents to see if they liked it. And they were just like, you need to make this again. Yeah, you need to make this. It was all gone by the end of the day. Good? Very hearty. So this is gonna be an easy family style dish. Right now, this is probably a serving for like 6 people.
That's a lot of food.
It's a lot of food. So this can be used for leftovers. I mean, you can, I mean, it's just a dish that, and I love to actually eat my noodles cold. So like once you put it in the fridge, like the next day, it's just as good cold. I don't like to
also like make a little extra sauce or something.
Oh yeah.
And then just have it.
Exactly. Do you want to try it, Kate?
You need to have more.
So my niece is here, and she's our assistant today.
Yay!
Yes. Last week we didn't have much help, and so I was able to make this work on my own. But yes, this is a perfect and easy light dish. Even though it's noodles, it's still really light and very delicious. Smells good. All right, so we wanted to just bring some lightheartedness to this plant-based living, to give you some ideas. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this. We're about to chow down on some more food, and if you have any questions whatsoever, if you are looking for solutions for just seamless transitions, or if you are looking for somebody that will help you with mindset, somebody that's going to help you with just living a more holistic lifestyle altogether, mind, body, soul, we are here for you, and feel free to reach out. We love you guys so much, and thank you so much for showing up today.
Thank you guys so much.
Peace out.
We'll see you next time.